Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today I just wanted to do a fun little St. Patrick's Day look and using a new little palette that I got. So I really enjoyed how it turned out. And if you want to see what products I used to get this look, then let's jump right into it. So I thought it would be fun today just to come on and do a fun little St. Patrick's Day look. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the whole video. I'm going to try and make this a bit shorter. But yeah, I have a couple of, I have a palette that I've been really wanting to try. So I just thought, yeah, let's do this and let's try and have a little bit of a fun time. I know things are, pretty scary and uncertain right now. I don't know about you guys, but everything just seems so out of sorts. And so, yeah, it's one of those things that I said, to my family, like, I don't think I've never seen anything like this in my whole lifetime. So it's pretty weird. But first we're gonna do our eyes today first. So I want to go in with my tape and put my little tape hack to use today, just because I want to do a wing liner. You guys know I can't do a wing liner without having my tape there. Okay, so the tape is on. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids to prep them for the eyeshadow. And I'm just using, this is the Maybelline Age Rewind. And I'm just going to tap that in with my finger. But for me, playing with makeup is actually kind of therapeutic. Like some people cook, some people bake, some people clean. Some people do all, sorts of things, but for me, playing with makeup is kind of therapeutic. And believe me, it just seems like we just need some fun stuff right now going on. So we're gonna do that. And I already did my eyebrows. You can kind of tell. I don't know if you can kind of see they look a bit darker than they usually do. So I look a little bit like Angry Birds right now. That's why. I just used my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, that one there. I washed all my brushes, so they're all nice and clean. I love that when my brushes are nice and clean. It's such a nice feeling. So first, to start off, I want to go into my Latte 2 Dominique Cosmetics palette. And we're going to go in with the shade right there. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade. And I probably wouldn't normally do this kind of video just because some of the bold colors really aren't my thing, like using bold blues or bold greens, that sort of thing. Really, you know me, I'm a neutral gal. But I thought, yeah, I just wanted to do something fun today. And the other reason I like the tape is because it stops the eyeshadow from going any farther than I want it to. So it does a couple of really good things. So it's my eyeliner guide and then it's my eyeshadow guide as well. So then we're going to go in with that mint green color there. And I know I did use this in one of my other videos, but I thought, well, we got a green theme going on here. I tried to get as green as I could with my camouflage shirt here and then my teal background. Okay, so now that I have that green on, this was another little palette that my friend Jess, I've talked to her about it many times, I know, but this was part of that little package that she sent me with a whole bunch of, she sent me the Latte 2 palette and she sent me a few other things, but she sent me the Natasha Denona, this little palette here, and this is Mini Tropic palette, but it has such a beautiful green in there that I thought, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. I'm really going to do this look. So we are going to, and I believe, I've never used Natasha Denona before, but I do believe that her eyeshadows are very pigmented from what I understand. So we're taking a dab of that on my brush. And I actually I had another video planned to do today, but there's just some days, like I have a tiny bit of a cold, and no, I don't have that. I don't. This is an actual little, I'm not even going to say the word. This is just a tiny little cold. It's more of an annoyance actually in my, I've had it for several days. And it's just kind of stuck in my throat there. And the whole thing has been just a pain in the butt at night trying to sleep. If I could get some sleep, then I would probably feel a little bit better. But I feel just kind of like blah today. So I thought, no, you know what? I'll just do this little St. Patrick's Day look and use some of these colors that I don't usually use. And so yes, that is really pigmented, but it does blend really nice. Okay, so we got some green going on. Now I'm going to go in right beside that green is that shade right there. And if I'm looking at it, I believe it's called Xena. And with this, I'm going to just use my finger. I think that's going to apply it better because it's quite shimmery. And I just want to put it on the inner corner part, but we'll see. Oh, that's really pigmented. Wow, that's pretty. My goodness, that turned out really nice with the, I love the shimmer of that, like it's like an icy mint color. So beautiful. What a beautiful little palette. Loved it. So you can see all the fallout I have underneath there from applying it with my fingers, but that's fine. We'll wipe it all away. That's why I didn't do my foundation first this morning. Or actually, I should say, what time is it? It is 1 o'clock, so I am filming a bit later than I usually do on a Saturday, but that was one thing. I ran to the grocery store this morning just to pick up some stuff for supper, and like our grocery shelves were empty. Like there was no canned foods, there was no pasta, like there was nothing like that. It was just the meat section in the grocery store like was empty. Like there was no chicken, ground beef, like nothing. It was empty. And I was just like, wow, where is this coming from? This is just, I've never seen this. So anyhow, we're going to do our eyeliners now. And I'm just using the Hyper Easy Maybelline brush tip liner. Comes in this package here. But it is absolutely my favorite liquid eyeliner right now. It goes on so easy. Get a little closer for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. I usually start in the middle of my eye and work myself to the end, and then I kind of hook up with the tape here. But this is such a great eyeliner. Like I've never had a felt liner like this. It glides on so easy. It's very pigmented. There is lots of like liquid coming out. And I don't know about you guys if you do wing liner. I know one side always turns out better than the other side. So today it's this side turned out better than this side. I think it's because I'm using my hand that, you know, this is my dominant hand. So it's easier to do it on this side than this side. But we're going to see what it looks like. I'm going to take the tape off now. Okay, so it's not bad. Sometimes you can't really tell when the tape is on still. But so I'll just clean those little areas up there. And then I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and wipe away all that fallout under my eyes now. Okay, so I'm finished with the eyes up until this point, and I'll do them after I'm done on my foundation and stuff. So we're going to first go in with primer. This is my Lise Watier Base Illuminating Primer. That one there. And I thought I would love a little bit of glowiness today. And this one does do that. It is very illuminating. It's a really creamy formula. It's almost like you're putting lotion on your face, and there's really no smell to it at all, which is nice if you have a sensitivity to scents. So I'm a little bit on, I think, a little bit on the paler side right now. So I'm going to use a combination of my Infallible Pro Glows. So I have one in the shade 201 Classic Ivory, and the other one is 203 Nude Beige. So I take a combination of these and mix them together. And at this time of year, it just kind of gives me the perfect shade. And it seems like forever since I've used this foundation. It is my absolute go-to in the summertime because it is a Pro Glow. And I did mention I want to be kind of glowy today. And so I'm just going to take my sponge and mix them together. And I'll see if I need any more. Wow, you can really see that Lise Watier primer. I can still see it poking through here. Plus the combination of this foundation, it has a little bit of shimmer to it. Not a lot that it's going to accentuate a lot of your lines, but it's just enough to kind of give you a bit of a glowy look. That's why it's really nice in the summertime. It blends in really nicely. Doesn't do a lot of settling into my fine lines, and it never like makes me look cakey at all. And it's more on the light to medium coverage if you like that. And it feels really lightweight on your face. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a mask. I know some foundations you can feel like you're wearing a mask, but this doesn't let you feel like that. And I really like the coverage. You can still see my natural skin poking through, which I like. Okay, so that's all blended in. For concealer today, we're going to go in with my the Maybelline Age Rewind, the one that I used for my eyelids. We're going to use that under my eyes today. And I try not to put, sometimes I don't like to put foundation under my eyes depending on what concealer I'm going to be using. This one is very creamy, so I only want this concealer underneath my eyes. Otherwise, it's too much stuff under your eyes and it's just going to start looking all cakey and getting into all your fine lines. So with this one in particular, I don't put foundation right underneath my eyes. And I'm only putting this right in the corner. So that's where I have the most pigmentation. And we're also going to highlight with this. And I like this concealer too because you have time to work with it. Some concealers can be very fast drying and they don't give you a lot of time to work. But I like the creamy texture of this one and it just gives you really nice coverage. I have this in the shade, I think it's just Neutralizer. I don't have my other little sponge with me that I usually use to get into my, right into the corner. So I'll just use my fingers, but I like blending it with the sponge first and then I'll use my fingers to do the rest. But it just gives wonderful coverage. Like I haven't used any color corrector today and look at how well it covered that pigmentation. Such an awesome concealer. And then to set everything, I'm just gonna go in with the NYX HD finishing powder. And I have this one in the shade Banana because I do like to put a little bit of a brighter under eye, especially on a day like today where I'm going to have a bit of a bolder eye. But this one doesn't dry out my under eye area, so I do really like this one. And I'm just putting the powder in the areas that I just put that little highlighting concealer. And that's all. I'm not going to set any other part of my face. My face is just too dry. Okay, so before I go and finish the rest of my face, I want to finish doing my eyes. So for mascara, we're just going to use the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. And I have this in the shade Black. And I am going to wear some falsies today. So I generally, when I'm wearing falsies, I don't put a ton of mascara on my eyes just because the false eyelash is doing its job. And then I'm going to take the same shades that I used on my upper lids and I'm going to run those, and same with the Natasha palette. I'm using all of those under my lower lash line. And then something really cool that I saw a picture of, I think it was on my Instagram, can't remember, and I can't remember actually what site it was, but it was just a picture of somebody did their eyeshadow, and what they did was they put like a glitter eyeliner on the bottom part. So I've never done that before. Might be risky, but I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Matte Signature Eyeliner. And again, Jess sent me this in the little package that she sent, but it's gold. So we're going to go in with this. And if it turns out to be a mess, I apologize in advance. Okay, so it's not going to turn out as bad as I thought it might, but I just thought the gold and the green would be really cool together. And this eyeliner is so easy to work with. Okay, so that's actually kind of cool. Nice. So I think that turned out really pretty. The green and the gold really complement each other, so I'm happy how that turned out. So before I put the false lashes on, I'm just going to tight line my water lines. So I'm going in with the Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Brown. And then for lashes today, I'm just going to go in with those ones I've used a couple of videos ago, Ardell Naked Lashes. And I have these in 424, but I loved how natural they looked. And, you know, I mean, I like having the big wispies and your eyes look nice and full, but at the same time, I like to tone it down sometimes. So yeah, these are just a beautiful little lash. So I'm just going to put these on and I will be right back. Okay, lashes are on, and I'm going to go in next with a cute little bronzer that I picked up. It's a CoverGirl True Blend Bronzer. And I don't know, I haven't bought a lot of CoverGirl stuff, so I thought, let's give it a try. The color looks fairly nice, and it's just in the shade 200 Bronze, it says, so that's what it looks like all opened up. It doesn't look like it has really any shimmer, but it does look kind of marbled, so we'll see how that goes on. Okay, so yeah, that's actually quite a nice color. Oh, wow. That's really pretty. It's just warming the skin up, and then it feels so good because my brush is all clean. Your makeup application will go on so much better, like all your makeup will go on so much better when your brushes are washed. So I try and do it on a fairly regular basis, but sometimes it's hard to get to them. Yeah, that is a really pretty bronzer. I'm impressed. Next for blush, we're going to go in with the Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Blush, and I have this in the shade Vintage Rouge, but I just wanted a nice little subtle blush today because I wasn't sure how this bronzer was going to be, but yeah, the bronzer is really nice. And I like this blush because it just seems to glide over your skin. It's very like velvety, and the smell just makes me feel like I'm on a tropical vacation right now. It's a very subtle color. It's not too overpowering, and it's blending in quite nicely with that bronzer. And then for highlighter, because I just want more of a subtle highlighter today, we're going to go with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glow Nude. And I think I'm going to take, so this is just 750 Sunkissed is the actual palette. But I think we're going to go in with this one right here on the corner. And that is called Saturn. So we're just going to go in with Saturn. And I don't have my regular highlighter brush, so we're just going to use a fan brush today, just my Real Techniques fan brush. And again, this one's just really nice and subtle, not a blinding highlight. I'm also trying to get this done before we're having a really, really windy day today. So I am trying to get this done actually quite fast today before hopefully my power doesn't go out. It was out, it went out about 5:30 this morning and then came back on, but now I'm just seeing hopefully I can get this done before that happens again. And then I'm just going to take my e.l.f. This is just a lip definer brush, but I never use it for that. And putting that just in the inner corner. Not that I need a lot there because there is that gold from the eyeliner. And then I just take a little bit under my brow bone. And then to finish off the look, I'm going to use, this has been sitting there forever for me to use. And I think I kind of showed it to you guys in my, I'm just trying to think which one it was. I think it was my nude lipstick, all the nude lipsticks that I have. But this one, I had picked it up because it was on sale, so I like to buy things when I see them on sale. But it's the Maybelline Plumper Please Shaping Lip Duo. Looks like that. So this side here is the gloss, and that is the liner. So I haven't used it yet, so let's see what this, because it looks like I wanted to do really like a neutral lip today because I knew my eyes would be more on the bold side, so I was trying to keep my lip neutral. So just let me open it up and I'll be right back. Okay, that was fun to try and get into. So let's start first with the liner, which looks like that. Okay, so that is really different. I don't know, I guess I can feel it. It's actually kind of tingling. My lips are kind of tingling. It's like a cooling sensation. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so if this is the shade, this is really light. I wasn't expecting it to be this light considering that's the end. So hopefully the gloss maybe has a bit of more color to it. Okay, so then this is the gloss. Okay, so that has the bit of a brown to it. Okay, so that wasn't at all what I was expecting. But yeah, my lips are really, really tingling. Holy smokes. I don't know whether it's doing anything. No, very cool. But it's definitely way lighter than I thought it was going to be. I thought like it would be more with that brown shade, but it's still pretty. Don't get me wrong. I like the color because I love my nudes. So this is the completed look. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I love the green. I was a little bit worried because it looks so bold in the palette, but I love how it turned out. It's very pretty. My lips actually feel like they are just icy right now. Like the sensation is just icy cool. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know whether it's done anything to them. Doesn't look like it, but so I just wanted to do a cute little St. Patrick's Day look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you know, tried to use some of the products that I had on hand. Like I said, I think the only thing today was the Covergirl Bronzer was new. And then, of course, thank you, Jess, for sending me this cute little palette. I really enjoyed it. And then I'm going to be doing a spring look. And I was kind of gearing between these two shades here. I'll have to look at my other eyeshadow palettes that I have. But yeah, I definitely, when I saw the purple and the dark plum shade, I immediately thought like spring look, because that kind of reminds me of spring, like anything pastel-y, pinks and purples, that sort of thing. So we'll see how that look turns out. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy. It's just such uncertain times right now, guys. Try to just do what you can I know one of the biggest things is just making sure that you're washing your hands as much as you can. So as I don't want to end this on a sad note because, you know, I just wanted to have fun today. So I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Where we are here right now, I think it's spring break for a couple weeks. My kids aren't part of spring break anymore. They're older. But yeah, the elementaries and the high schools and stuff are in spring break right now. So we'll see how those kids manage through if so much stuff is closed down right now or events are canceled. So I just want to thank you all so very much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit that notification bell, and that way you're notified whenever I upload a new video. I hope everybody has a really great week and a great life, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.